The fear of sharks has become fairly overwhelming among humans. What even increased the humans' misgivings was Steven Spielberg's 1970s blockbuster movie, Jaws, which made sharks appear like real bloodthirsty beasts. I don't want to claim that sharks are lovely and peaceful pets, but they can actually even be friendly and not dangerous to humans if not provoked. The truth is that humans pose the biggest threat to them, even though when they attack, they have an enormous advantage of fighting in their natural habitat. However, it's not natural for us. Sharks are truly amazing animals, and what is actually impressive about them is that they have been evolving for the last 400 million years, making them incredibly old, though extremely well-evolved top guns of the ocean. What really speaks for itself is the fact that if you ever swim in Florida's Atlantic coast waters, there is a huge chance that you swim by a shark or more sharks at the same time, not further apart than 3 meters. And the number of attacks that happen in these waters is truly low. One of the other facts to pay attention to is that sharks actually don't like the human body's taste. A famous YouTuber, Mark Rober, made an experiment by pumping out fish and human blood in the waters of tens of sharks. Well, in fact, he used cow blood, but the taste of cow blood is almost identical to the human one, and the results were breathtaking. In an hour, just about 8 sharks swam toward the cow blood, and about 10 times more sharks visited and stayed at the fish blood. This clearly shows that sharks are actually not very interested in eating humans, but they really prefer fish and other marine creatures. For the most part, it's far more common to encounter a small shark species such as lemon, sharp tip, white tip, black tip, or black nose shark. Meeting these sharks is almost like swimming among other bigger fish. Unless you really start provoking and threatening them, then even these relatively peaceful creatures can bite a human they are really scared of. Larger shark species like tiger, bull, or the great white sharks might be more aggressive, hence more dangerous to the swimmers. I didn't just say swimmers by coincidence. Swimmers and surfers attract sharks more because the water splashing and other noises draw their attention, and they are able to hear this for many kilometers. Since sharks are truly curious creatures, they tend to come and see what makes so much noise, and if they spot a moving object on the sea surface, they may exchange the swimmer for a bigger fish or a seal, which is their natural meal, and they can attack. The majority of all the shark's attacks are specified as gum bites, meaning that they want to taste who we are, hence the bites are just shallow and the shark eventually lets go of us. The worst case scenario is when the bitten person tries to get the shark off him, resulting in limbs often being torn off and hence the bites looking brutal. Sharks just don't like human blood, so they don't eat us. Scuba divers don't have to be worried about shark attacks as long as they are covered in neoprene and stay alarmed so that they don't let any shark approach them from behind. Since we are talking about shark attacks, I should also give you a few pieces of advice on what to do if a shark actually attacks you. Thing number 1 is obviously to stay calm and not panic. I know what you're thinking: how the hell am I supposed to stay calm and not panic after a shark assaults me? Yes, it's way easier said than done, but it's crucial not to start kicking around you or trying to swim away from the shark. Not even Michael Phelps could swim away from a shark, because their muscular and large fins allow him to swim incredibly fast. If you know how fast can a shark actually go, write it down in the comment section. Okay, the thing number 1 you have to do when you spot a shark in the water you're swimming in: never take your eyes off him and stop swimming. Just try to be stealthy and try to get into a horizontal position, because that tells the shark, which by the way cannot recognize a human from a fish, that you're not a type of food he's used to, since fish swim horizontally. If you do so, you can expect a shark to come nearer and inspect you closely. Usually, sharks will start circling you. Many people think this behavior sign that the shark is getting ready for the kill. But, once again, that is shark's normal and aggressive way to approach the unknown. If he comes this way closer to you, he is telling you that he trusts you, and unless you behave unexpectedly, you don't have to worry. Try to avoid any intentional contact, no matter what. If the shark starts coming at you in an uncomfortable way for you, just apply gentle pressure to its gills and move the shark slightly sideways. Gills are incredibly sensitive, and the shark will immediately understand that it should go away. If for whatever reason this doesn't work, just try to punch him in the nose as hard as you can, which will totally disorientate him. This gives you some time to try to get away from him as quickly, though silently, as you possibly can. Sharks have a sort of radar in their nose, so that is the best target to aim for. If you are so unlucky to be bitten by a shark, don't try to get him off you, because that will only lead to getting your limb torn off. What sharks usually do with this, is just warning you, that he is dangerous and you should go away from his territory if you don't want to die. And one last piece of advice I can give you is quite obvious, but I have to mention it here, cause it's of great importance. If you ever get assaulted by a shark, try to call for help. It is very likely that a rescue crew will be nearby and they will come for you as fast as they can, trust me. The biggest predators for sharks are clearly humans, but we are not their only predators. Small shark species or immature bigger species of sharks are often preyed on by seals or sea lions, but the biggest dogs out there are still without a doubt the killer whales, also known as orcas or the blackfish. Poachers kill about 100 million sharks annually. They are being killed for their fins, which are used for expensive Asian soups. Including whale sharks, this happens to all shark species and in some cases, it's quickly leading to the species extinction. The shark's overfishing also leads to big changes in the entire marine ecosystem, for which a shark's essential. The value of shark fin imports is estimated to be $378 million US per year and the value of shark meat to $240 million annually. One of the myths people often believe is that sharks are mindless and stupid eating machines. But in this myth, there are two misconceptions right away. First of all, sharks have fairly big brains and though they are not the most intelligent animals on Earth, they are really smart and capable learners. Sharks' brain-to-body ratio is similar to birds and some mammals. Sharks can exhibit complex social behavior and some species can communicate with body language, live in groups and even hunt in packs. Sharks and rays have some of the largest brains among all fish. You can get sharks to respond to some types of stimulus, such as giving a reward, similar to dolphins. The second misconception in this myth is that sharks don't eat as abysmally much as you think. In fact, they can go up to weeks without eating. On average, sharks eat 3% of their body weight daily. If we compare it to a grown 180-pound man, it's as though this man ate 5.4 pounds daily. Eventually, I would like to share some cool and interesting facts about sharks with you. There are over 1,000 known shark species in the world, of which only a small percentage pose any danger to humans. Every year scientists discover many more shark species. The largest sharks may measure up to 40 feet in length and weigh up to 11 tons. Apart from using their rigid vision to inspect the surroundings, sharks also utilize their perfect taste for water inspection. So sharks usually swim around, clapping their jaws shut even without the intention of biting their prey. Sharks grow relatively slowly and it takes them an extended period of time to mature. They also produce fairly few young, so with massive overfishing they are quite vulnerable to exploitation. The great white shark species is the most dangerous, strongest, and most feared species. The majority of the great whites are located in Guadalupe Island, located about 240 kilometers off the west coast of Mexico. The great white shark's bite force was measured up to 4,000 psi, and is able to swim up to 35 miles per hour. The great white shark is, however, not the fastest shark. The fastest shark species is perhaps the shortfin MAKO shark, which can swim up to 46 miles per hour. Not all shark species are meat eaters. For instance, the whale shark feeds himself with plankton and other tiny marine creatures. The whale shark is also the largest shark specimen, measuring up to 60 feet in length. The smallest shark specimen, smaller than a human hand, is the dwarf lantern shark. There is one more juicy fact in my pocket. Sharks can actually jump 9 meters above the water level. Okay guys, I really enjoyed this one and I hope you did too. Hopefully, you'll feel more confident swimming in the sea after watching this video. Sharks are admirable top guns of the ocean. What I told you in this video was just a tiny amount of cool facts and science behind sharks. So if you wish to learn something more about sharks, don't waste any more time and let me know in the comment section and I can create another video on this topic. Alright, see you, and don't forget, cool dudes never stop learning.